Top 10 Most Epic Godzilla Battles. Hey there, monster enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of colossal creatures and city-smashing chaos. If giant monsters battling it out is your jam, then you're in the right place. Today, we're tackling the ultimate showdown of showdowns, the top 10 most epic Godzilla battles of all time. From his first thunderous footsteps back in 1954 to his jaw-dropping confrontations in the modern era, Godzilla has been the undisputed king of the monsters. But let's be real, what's a king without some worthy opponents to tussle with? Over the decades, Godzilla has faced an impressive roster of foes, each battle more intense than the last. Godzilla burst onto the scene as a symbol of nuclear devastation, a powerful metaphor for the dangers of atomic weapons in post-war Japan. Over time, he's evolved, not just in appearance but in role. Sometimes a villain, sometimes a hero, and always a force of nature. Godzilla vs. Biollante. Godzilla vs. Biollante, 1989. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a battle that's as unique as it is underrated, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Imagine combining Godzilla's indestructible cells with a rose and the spirit of a deceased girl. Sounds wild, right? Well, that's exactly what happens when a grief-stricken scientist decides to play Frankenstein with genetic engineering. The result? Biollante, a massive, monstrous plant kaiju with a serious bite. The battle begins at Lake Ashi, where Biollante first emerges in a less intimidating, but still formidable, rose form. Godzilla, drawn to the creature's Godzilla-like cells, isn't prepared for Biollante's barrage of vine-like tendrils and acidic sap. Things really heat up when Biollante transforms into her final form, a towering beast with massive jaws and an even meaner attitude. This showdown is not just about physical might, it's a clash of science and nature gone awry. The themes of genetic manipulation and its unintended consequences resonate throughout the film. Plus, Biollante's design is one of the most creative and eerie in the entire franchise, making this battle a must-watch for any true fan. Godzilla vs. Megalon and Gigan. Godzilla vs. Megalon, 1973. Sliding into number 9, we have a tag team brawl that's equal parts chaotic and delightful, Godzilla and Jet Jaguar vs. Megalon and Gigan. In this 70s classic, the undersea civilization of Seatopia is fed up with humanity's nuclear testing, which has been causing earthquakes and destruction in their realm. Their solution? Send Megalon, a giant beetle-like deity with drills for hands, to wreak havoc on the surface world. They enlist the help of Gigan, a cyborg space monster with a buzzsaw belly and hooks for hands. The Earth isn't defenseless, though. Enter Jet Jaguar, an ultramodern robot designed by a clever inventor. When Jet Jaguar gains sentience, he teams up with Godzilla to take on the dastardly duo. Highlights include Godzilla's infamous tail slide dropkick, a move so legendary it has its own fanbase. Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, 1995. At number 8, we have a battle that's as heart-wrenching as it is explosive, Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. Destoroyah is no ordinary kaiju. Born from the same oxygen destroyer that killed the original Godzilla in 1954, Destoroyah is a manifestation of one of humanity's deadliest weapons. Meanwhile, Godzilla is facing a crisis of his own. His nuclear heart is nearing meltdown. This not only makes him incredibly powerful but also highly unstable. The battles are intense, both physically and emotionally. When Destoroyah targets and kills Godzilla Jr., it's a gut punch that adds a personal vendetta to the confrontation. The final showdown is nothing short of epic, with Tokyo transformed into a battleground of fire and destruction. In the end, Godzilla succumbs to his meltdown in a scene that's both tragic and hauntingly beautiful. The imagery of Godzilla disintegrating while his radioactive energy revitalizes his fallen son is powerful stuff. This film serves as a poignant closure to the Heisei era, exploring themes of legacy, mortality, and the destructive consequences of human innovation. Godzilla vs. King Kong. King Kong vs. Godzilla, 1962. Roaring into number 7 is the iconic clash between two of cinema's greatest giants, Godzilla and King Kong. This film is a trailblazer, marking the first time these two titans shared the screen and the first time both were presented in color and widescreen. The story kicks off with a pharmaceutical company seeking to boost ratings by capturing King Kong from his island home. Meanwhile, Godzilla escapes from an icy prison, setting the stage for their inevitable encounter. Their battles are a mix of raw strength and cunning. Kong's agility and intelligence contrast with Godzilla's brute force and atomic breath. One of the most memorable moments is when lightning strikes Kong, empowering him with electricity that allows him to go toe-to-toe with Godzilla's nuclear capabilities. The climactic fight atop Mount Fuji is both scenic and thrilling. Boulders are thrown, trees are uprooted, and the two monsters tumble into the ocean, leaving audiences wondering who truly emerged victorious. This crossover wasn't just a movie, it was an event that captivated audiences worldwide. It paved the way for future monster matchups and solidified Godzilla's status as a global phenomenon. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, 1974. Clanking into number 6 is the epic showdown between Godzilla and his mechanical doppelganger, Mechagodzilla. When reports come in of Godzilla rampaging across Japan, people are puzzled. Isn't Godzilla supposed to be hibernating? The mystery deepens until the real Godzilla shows up, revealing that the imposter is Mechagodzilla, a robot created by the ape-like aliens from the third planet of the black hole with plans for world domination. Mechagodzilla is no slouch. He's armed to the teeth with lasers, missiles, and a force field. The battles are intense and filled with high-stakes action. The combination of Godzilla's raw power and King Caesar's agility makes for some dynamic fighting choreography against Mechagodzilla's advanced weaponry. This film explores themes like technology versus nature and the dangers of reliance on machines. Mechagodzilla became an instant fan favorite and a recurring character in the series, symbolizing the fears surrounding unchecked technological advancement. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, 1994. Blasting into our top 5 is the cosmic confrontation between Godzilla and his interstellar clone, Space Godzilla. How did Space Godzilla come to be? Godzilla cells, cast into space, emerge from a white hole mutated into Space Godzilla. Armed with telekinetic powers and crystalline armor, he sets his sights on Earth. Space Godzilla's first action is kidnapping Lil Godzilla, trapping him in a crystal prison. This personal attack ignites Godzilla's fury, leading to an epic showdown. The battles are expansive, featuring scenes in both space and the remote Birth Island. Godzilla teams up with Moguera, a mecha constructed by the JSDF to counter Godzilla threats. Together, they attempt to take down Space Godzilla's defenses. This film delves into Godzilla's more paternal side, adding emotional weight to the clashes. The concept of his DNA influencing events across the cosmos expands the franchise's scope in exciting ways. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991. Time to crank up the time machine for number 4. The epic battle between Godzilla and King Ghidorah. This film introduces a complex plot involving time-traveling terrorists from the future known as the Futurians. Their plan? To prevent Godzilla's creation by replacing a dinosaur with Dorats, who fuse to become King Ghidorah. Their goal is to use Ghidorah to destroy Japan's economy. However, tampering with time has unforeseen consequences. Instead of erasing Godzilla, they inadvertently create a more powerful Godzilla. The only hope to stop him is to revive the defeated King Ghidorah as Mecha King Ghidorah, leading to an epic airborne battle over the Tokyo skyline. The fights are visually stunning, especially for early 90s effects. The rivalry between Godzilla and King Ghidorah is one of the franchise's most storied, and this film adds layers to their animosity. It explores themes of destiny, the ethics of altering history, and the dangers of technological hubris. Godzilla vs. Mothra and Batra, Godzilla and Mothra. The Battle for Earth, 1992. Fluttering into number 3 is the enchanting yet explosive battle involving Godzilla, Mothra, and Batra. When a meteorite awakens Godzilla, ancient forces come into play. Mothra, the guardian of Earth, emerges to protect the planet. Enter Batra, Mothra's dark counterpart, created by the Earth to defend against a past threat. The three-way battle is a spectacle of elemental forces. Godzilla's raw power clashes with Mothra's grace and Batra's aggression. The aerial combat sequences are particularly breathtaking, with beams of energy lighting up the sky. When an even greater catastrophe looms, Mothra and Batra form an uneasy alliance to stop Godzilla, showcasing themes of cooperation and sacrifice. This film stands out for its environmental message, emphasizing the need for harmony between humans and nature. The dynamic between the monsters adds depth to the story. Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021. Roaring into the runner-up position is the modern rematch decades in the making, Godzilla vs. Kong. The stage is set in the Monsterverse, where both titans have been developed in previous films. Humanity finds itself in a precarious position, attempting to harness the power of the Hollow Earth while Godzilla begins attacking cities. Kong is enlisted to guide a team into the Hollow Earth but is intercepted by Godzilla, leading to an epic naval battle. The tension is palpable as the ships are obliterated in their wake. The real spectacle is their climactic battle in Hong Kong. Neon lights, skyscrapers, and two gigantic beasts throwing down, it's a visual feast. The fight choreography is exceptional, showcasing each titan's strengths. Godzilla's atomic breath and sheer power versus Kong's agility and intelligence. Just when things couldn't get crazier, Mechagodzilla enters the fray, forcing the two rivals to team up. Godzilla vs. Kaiju Army, Godzilla, Final Wars, 2004. Drumroll, please. Taking the crown at number 1 is the ultimate monster showdown, Godzilla vs. the Kaiju Army in Godzilla, Final Wars. Created to celebrate Godzilla's 50th anniversary, this film is a love letter to fans, pulling out all the stops. The plot revolves around an alien race called the Zillions, who initially pose as saviors of Earth, but they're actually controlling the kaiju to conquer Earth. Humankind's last hope is to free Godzilla from his icy imprisonment in Antarctica. Once unleashed, Godzilla goes on an epic journey, battling nearly every monster he's ever faced. Each battle is a nostalgic trip, often concluding with Godzilla dispatching his foes in spectacular fashion. The film culminates in an intense showdown against Monster X, who then transforms into Kaiser Ghidorah. The stakes are sky-high as Godzilla fights to save Earth and his legacy. Final Wars is a roller coaster of action, blending martial arts sequences, sci-fi elements, and, of course, massive monster battles. It's unapologetically over the top, embracing the franchise's rich history while pushing the boundaries of what's possible on screen. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 most epic Godzilla battles that have rocked our screens and our hearts. From battling genetically engineered plants to facing off against mechanized doppelgangers, cosmic clones, and even the mightiest of apes, Godzilla's journey has been nothing short of legendary. These battles aren't just giant monsters smashing cities. They're stories that reflect our deepest fears, the consequences of our actions, and sometimes our hopes for unity against greater threats. Godzilla's enduring legacy spans over 6 decades, influencing pop culture, inspiring countless films, and uniting fans around the world. But enough from us, we want to hear from you. Did your favorite battle make the list? Are there any epic showdowns you think deserved a spot? Drop a comment below and let us know which Godzilla battle gets your roar of approval. And if you enjoyed this monstrous journey, be sure to smash that like button, share it with your fellow kaiju comrades, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic content. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll be counting down the top 10 Godzilla allies, some you may know, and some that might surprise you. Until then, keep the monster love alive, stay curious, and remember, in the world of kaiju, anything is possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.